Got it. All right, hey everybody. We are in Long Beach, California at the International Code Council's annual conference and meetings. And staying with me is, everybody knows, Ryan Kolker, and our past president of the ICC, Ron. Ron, tell us a little bit about who you are and all the roles you've played over the years here.
Okay, well, I was the building official for Clark County, Nevada, which is the Strip. We had the Strip, we had the volcanoes, we had dragons, and now we had a sphere there. And I retired after 35 years of working there. I was elected president of ICC Board of Directors, and I've had a wonderful life and a lot of challenges.
Ron, tell me just quickly, and I'm going to jump to Ryan as well, what changes have you seen at the ICC over all the years and time you put in?
Most significant is financial. We were broke when I got on the board. We didn't have. They had to change our whole philosophy. And since then, through a lot of innovative concepts, they built themselves back up, and we are in excellent financial state. And if you can't do anything unless you have money, and we have money now.
You have money now. All right, so there was a lot of elections today, right? So, Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on here, and also, how many people showed up?
Yeah, so we have about 2,500 folks from across the building safety industry. So certainly code officials, but architects, engineers, designers, contractors, manufacturers, sort of all interested in key issues related to the built environment. So safety, sustainability, resilience, energy, addressing a lot of the challenges that we see as an industry, but also society as a whole.
How has this event been so far for you? And I know you work here and you got to hype it up, but I'm telling you, we're getting ready to walk everybody through. There is a lot of people here and a lot of people showcasing their wares for all the building officials, fire marshals, everybody to see.
Yeah, so certainly the expo hall is a key part of just showing the innovation that's happening within the industry, getting code officials familiar with new products, new strategies, new processes, but it's also about sort of sharing stories, education and training around some of the big issues. Offsite, certainly a key part of that. Sustainability, a key part of that, but really seeing the breadth of activities in the building safety, sustainability, and resilience space.
Ron, off-site construction's making its way. It's been here for a long time,
yes,
but there's a lot bigger focus on what's happening out there, affordability, and how to build it better. Part of the ICC and the codes is also all the building officials and the continuing education that happens here. And from what I'm seeing, you guys are going way out there to bring that education to all of them and really up the game on how we're doing things.
Well, we were talking about today, I had a class where I was putting it on the performance code versus prescriptive code, and you cannot have a performance code unless you have a very educated staff to be able to analyze alternate methods, means, and materials. I mean, look where I am in Clark County. We have a 780-foot sphere. We have dragons. We have volcanoes. All kinds of things. You can't do that on a cookie cutter type of process.
Right. Now you got the sphere on top of it, right?
You got to be innovative.
You have to be innovative. Vegas is innovative.
That's right.
Vegas is innovative. So, Ryan, we had several meetings. We had Remo Homes. We had a panel yesterday with Garen and some of the Tiny Hope folks as well. How is offsite being perceived by the building officials?
Yeah, I mean, I think building officials certainly see the challenges that their communities face around housing affordability, sustainability, and all those issues. And so they're really looking for solutions. And offsite construction certainly offers that. I think the challenge, as Ron mentioned, education. These may be, sort of new strategies and approaches they haven't seen before. And so really being able to sort of touch, feel, and understand sort of how offsite construction works and how it benefits their community.
How important is it to have the offsite community at these events talking to the code officials? Because right now, it's always kind of been on the outset of it, but now that it's growing so quick and we got to meet a housing demand, how important it is to have them here to actually help educate.
Yeah, it's all about sort of having that trust relationship, those conversations around, sort of what are the new approaches, new strategies, getting code officials comfortable with offsite construction. And, it happens through the conversations and through sharing.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I think it's essential for the growth and the future of communities. The challenge for code officials, they feel they may have lost some controls. But in reality, with the design process, they haven't. They just have to learn to accept that.
Right. What's the biggest hurdle that you face with the offsite industry and the way the code's always been and where it's starting to go to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge is sort of recognizing that offsite construction is a strategy that hits multiple different communities.
Yeah.
I think most code officials sort of focus at their local level. Most builders, frankly, focus at their local level, but offsite construction requires a much more expansive view, and so being able to sort of bring that together is really important.
For sure.
Look at new tools. But if you think about it, offsite construction provides enhanced consistency. You're not out there in the environment and the weather many times. It is smoother, easier, quicker, and better.
You're hired.
All right.
You're hired. But this is the level, right? I mean, we're looking past president here, and you guys are really here to help drive the industry forward. Right. And I'm seeing a lot of collaboration. I'm really seeing a big effort put forth to have the offsite community here so we can all learn together and we can meet those challenges together.
Right. Absolutely.
So if you're not here, you're wrong. You should be at this event. This is my first time at the event, and I can't believe it's my first time at this event. But we will be back, but we're going to go showcase some of the exhibitors if you guys are okay with that.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with that. Take care, and thank you very much.
Ron, thank you. Ryan, we'll see you on the return somewhere.
Sounds great.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We're going to walk over here, and we're going to talk with Archistar. So Archistar, Dr. Ben Carson, has been on the show several times over the years. And I will tell you, they have a very innovative approach with their design, with their planning, and I think you're going to find it super, super interesting to hear what Dr. Ben Carson has to say. And you can always watch some of our episodes because he's been on the show a couple times. Let me hand that to you. How you doing,
Right.
Dr.
Very
Carson?
good.
In the house.
There
We meet in person finally. So
all the way from Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia,
Great.
and he's got a great accent. So. All right, Dr. Carson, tell us a little bit about yourself, Archistar. You guys have been at this for a while, and there has been nothing but crowds of people here. And sorry if we pushed them all away.
That's all right, no problem. So, I'm here at Archistar. I'm the founder of Archistar. I'm an architect by background, but I did a PhD in 3D generative building design. And we started off by generating buildings to zoning bylaws and what are the rules that generate buildings. More recently, we've been working with cities around the world, US, Canada, Australia, on taking that same technology, but instead of generating building designs, we're checking how well they comply against the code. So this is getting super exciting, and we're out here at the ICC, and we're talking to a lot of cities about this technology.
So we have had you on the show. You have generative design, cloud design, where you can go and you can sit in your desk. You can find a piece of property anywhere in the world. You guys have imported all that data, and then your software will actually design hundreds, if not thousands, of designs that can fit on that because you already have all the codes and regulations in. Do I have it down still?
You've got it there, still the story. And good news, just last week we're at Autodesk University. We just announced that we've launched a plugin to Autodesk Forma. So you can now use our generative tech all around the world inside Autodesk Forma as well. So we've made that available to everyone, which is super cool.
What is the biggest value you see for people using your system, and who's the customer?
Yeah, so, from a design point of view, we're talking property developers, we're talking architects, basically anyone who's interested in what they can do on their property as fast as possible. You want to find out what that is because, time is money. You want to evaluate your opportunities faster. So the faster you can evaluate this and see what you can do. And then when it gets to you've done the design, you want to get that through the city, that process takes a long time. So what we're doing is we're helping you by checking that design before you go in, finding your non-compliances, fixing it up, and then you submit it in as a highly compliant design. You get fast-tracked through.
Do you see municipalities using your software?
Absolutely, yeah.
That'd be one of your biggest?
Yeah, so we just announced recently that the city of Austin is starting to implement this technology, which is super cool. And we're in discussion with a lot of cities about implementing this.
So if you're in the city of Austin and you're a developer, this is a system you should be using because they're familiar with it. And you're telling me it's going to speed up their entire process.
It'll speed up the process. If you start submitting permits through this system, you'll start to get streamlined your application process, which will be great. So,
how valuable has this event been for Archistar? I mean, you got the city officials, you got the code officials, you got them all here.
it's the ICC conference. It's great for us.
Yeah.
We've partnered up with the ICC
Right.
to work on the building code.
Sure.
We've got 12 cities working with us on it. So it's been really great to work with the ICC, and this conference, everyone's here. Like it's,
I mean,
everyone is here,
over
and
2,000 attendees.
Yeah.
I have the write-up wrong. I think I put 1,200 plus. We said plus, though.
It's plus. That's right. So a lot of activity here. If you haven't been to this conference, you should get here because it's all happening.
Where can people find you?
They can find us here at the ICC booth while we're here, but otherwise, we're based out of Sydney, but we're always here. So, just reach out to us. We'll come see you in your city.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to mosey on. We got a lot to get through.
Great
I'll
to
come
see
back
you.
and say hello to you. All right, let's go. Thank you, Doctor. All right, so let's walk this way. We have quite a few stops to make that we've been planning before we went live. So we're going to head down this way. Is that right, Greg? And then we're going to go around up here. Yeah. So IPlan Tables, this is a cool concept. They're not here to speak to us right now, so we're going to keep going. But I will tell you, this setup is quite amazing on everything that we do. Oh, look, there's the IPlan guys. Hey, I was just like, where'd they go?
I had to get some water.
Zach, how you doing? Dave Cooper, let me give you this and a fist bump.
Yes, sir.
That's what we do. Make sure you hold that. Tell us a little bit, other than this is like a space center and I need this for my show and live streaming.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys do at IPlan Tables.
So what we do is the hardware. We basically take paper and bring it to the digital realm. We're all about mimicking paper as close as we can, and what we do is that with the hardware. So whatever software you're using, you bring that to the table, and you start doing your plan review, markup, codes,
like
all
that.
that sort of
you
stuff.
Can mark
it's
it
just
up
like that. Yeah,
and then this goes out to everybody that's on the team that has access to that job file.
100%. Yeah. Bluebeam Studio, anything within these softwares are able to be used on the workstations.
What is the most value people get out of the IPlan Tables, right? So you have digital prints on the table.
Yep.
Tell me the benefits of it.
Benefits is efficiency, right? It's taking you away from pan zooming and scrolling on smaller monitors to a big monitor where you can actually see it and manipulate it without having to do that pan zooming and scrolling, which is seconds when you're doing it, but it equals minutes, hours, and potentially days at the end of the day.
Sure. And then as far as the team, can you access this anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, whatever your software can do, you're going to be able to do on our workstations.
How's this event been for you so far?
It's been fantastic. We go to ICC pretty much every year.
Do you?
So for us, it's a big show. It's big for us because a lot of these folks are users of our workstations.
Who's your customer? Tell us.
Customers, cities, architects, builders, anybody that looks at a large format document as a user.
Right. This is awesome. So everything's touched, so I can touch anything here, and then sorry.
Yeah.
drawing. There you go.
You have the architect tool right now.
I can write my name on it?
Yes, sir.
Can I erase that?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So listen, we appreciate you letting us stop by and see everything you have.
Yeah.
We're going to walk around, but hey, this is live, so you can find us on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you look.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much. IPlantables.com.
Thank you very much. Have a good one, Zach.
You guys as well.
All right, let's walk around. I'm getting me an IPlan table. I should have one in my studio, don't you think?
Hey, we do webinars with it all the time.
I bet, right? Very good. All right, we're going to come around this way. And right, check this out. So I always love this when we come to these events because you find things you don't normally see. Jessica, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Why don't you hold that right there?
Okay.
All right, Jessica, tell us a little bit about Denlar Fire and exactly what you do. How about step over just on the side there so everybody can kind of see? I don't want to get burned.
Sure. So the system has a fully integrated fire suppression system. Yeah. So there's fusible links that are going to heat up and break, mechanically putting out the fire. The tank's housed inside of it, so it's fully self-contained, and then we're going to shut down power to the range if there's a fire event.
Right.
And we can tie into a fire alarm, as well as being able to provide accessories like manual pull, activation, handicapped accessible controls, and even restricted time cooking access.
So I'm imagining, just from what I've seen, that a lot of fires that start in homes happen on the stove, grease fires and all that, and this has whatever chemicals it needs to suppress it quickly.
Yep, it's a wet chemical discharge, and it's the number one cause of a building fire, whether it be residential or non-residential.
It is the number one.
Yep, absolutely. So our system's really designed to go into limited commercial spaces.
Got it. So, and even big residential buildings, right? I guess it acts as, so you don't have the big sprinklers comes on. This could just take care of it and not ruin the whole thing.
Absolutely. Nobody wants that sprinkler system going off.
How's this event been for you so far? Because you have fire marshals here. Do they love it?
So far, so good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Perfect. How do people find out more about your product?
They can contact me or they can go to our website, denlarhoods.com.
Jessica, thank you so much for taking a few moments with us. All right, everybody, reach out to Jessica. Check out the fire suppression systems. We're going to keep on this way. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
All right. We're moving kind of quick because this event is so large. More large is that a word? If it is. Hey! All right, Shamim. All right, I want to introduce Shamim, everybody. Shamim, National Ready Creek Concrete Association. Why don't you hold that right there?
Sure, absolutely.
And tell us a little bit about who you are and what you guys do.
So, Shamim Rashid Sumar, I'm the Senior Vice President for Codes and Standards at the National Ready Mix Concrete Association. We are working, advocating for ready mix concrete in the building codes and standards. And we're here really to talk about resilience and sustainability. So we brought a lot of literature about what we're doing in the concrete industry to reduce carbon footprint, help support architects, designers, developers. And we also are an ICC preferred provider for education. So we have a number of courses available for code officials and for architects and engineers as well.
How are you reducing the carbon footprint with concrete? Because that's going to be a big question.
It's a big question. Yeah, you know, we have a brochure here at our booth. It's titled Top 10 Ways to Reduce Concrete's Carbon Footprint. And number one is really more efficient design. So if we're over-designing, we're using more concrete than we need to, then we're putting out more carbon than we need to. So that's number one. Number two, advocating for reducing cement, which is the big carbon source in concrete.
That doesn't even make sense. You're the concrete association.
Yeah, so reducing cement in our mixes, using more supplemental cementitious materials, looking at admixtures. We also have some tools that can help architects and designers. We have a carbon calculator on our website that you can use to input different materials and see how you can reduce carbon. So
So, sorry about that. So with the calculator you have, walk me through how somebody's going to use that and the value, and who's using it. Is it big developers? Is it small builders? What would it be?
It's typically, I would say, architects and designers, those that are specifying concrete, coming up with the mixed designs, if you will. And so you can take a mixed design, go to our calculator, plug in all of the components, and switch things around. And it's really helpful if you've established a carbon budget for your project, because you know what you have to work with and know what your goals are. So
it can tell you all the credits you get and everything. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You can, use different materials, use different mixes, and see where it takes you.
So how can a developer, a city, a township, however, use your resources the best of their ability?
Yeah, I would say we do, like I said, we provide education, so we can come in and provide presentations to code officials, code departments. We also have a concrete design center. And so that is useful for the design community. We provide design assistance. You can contact our design center and get very up-to-date information, cost estimates for your projects.
Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, we're gonna mosey on. As you can see, people are just all over the place here.
It's been a great show.
Has it been a great show?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people here.
There's a lot of people here and a lot of people interested in all different
aspects. It's almost double than last year. Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time.
Absolutely.
And you have a wonderful afternoon. Fist bump.
Yeah.
And we're going to walk down here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. So we are live, everybody. So people walking in front of the camera and not necessarily paying attention to what we're doing because they're interested in what's going on out here. Look, you even have Home Depot here. We have Lowe's here. You have a lot of people that are wanting to talk about zoning and with the municipalities, different products. Simpson Strong Ties here, MyTech's here, so quite a bit. But we're going to come down here and we're going to actually stop at the Women's Leader in Code booth. That's right, Women Leaders in Code. So let's see what they're all about. I think this is awesome. And there's so many women in code. Oh, come on over here. Oh, we got the house that she built.
How's that she built? Hi, my name is Cece Wayland. I'm the founder and president of Women Leaders in Code Enforcement. And I'm so glad to see this book here because it speaks to our mission of paving the way for the women in our industry and really being able to provide that leadership and guidance and being able to partner with great companies to do so.
You know, so when we were traveling the country, we got our show started, we were in a motorhome, our whole family, and we were during COVID covering innovation and construction, and we were asked to come to the house that she built, and I brought my daughters at the time, they were maybe 13, and they were so tired of stopping at job sites, and they went here and saw all the women that were building, from trades to engineers to general contractors, and it changed their entire outlook on what was happening. And this project was in a sea of homes. It was the cleanest, neatest project in the whole subdevelopment. So talk to us a little bit how you want more women to be involved. Tell us what you do on a day-to-day.
Absolutely. So when I started out in building and safety, I was fairly young, but I didn't have anything that could catapult me into where I wanted to go. And so I saw that there was a need to be able to provide a platform for women to draw that interest and to have them kind of really dive out of their comfort zone and then jump into their next best opportunity. And so what we do is we hold leadership conferencing that also includes a lot of the technical courses. We offer scholarship opportunities.
You do?
And we partner with the International Code Council. So they're our title sponsor this year. We provide continuing education units.
Right.
So we're just really steadfastly working at mentoring and being able to provide guidance and all that good stuff.
You mentioned scholarships, getting the younger people into the trades, you know, women into the trades, or just anybody younger is such a challenge. Walk us through how one goes and gets a scholarship and what's expected in return.
Yes, absolutely. So we offer the scholarships through our awesome sponsors. They go onto our website at WLCE.net. They submit an application. We ask a series of questions regarding what are your goals? What are you doing now? Where do you want to get to? And then our committee reviews those. Once they come over, we offer mentorship for them, and we ask that they pay it forward. And what that means is being able to create a pathway for the next person in line so that we continue to grow the industry.
How do people get a hold of you guys?
So you can call us at 707-836-5989. That's the fastest way. But visit us on our website, WLCE.net. We have all the information there. So we'd love to connect with you for sure.
Thank you so much for letting us talk to you for a little bit. We're going to keep going because we're only in the first hour and we got to see places to go. But thank you for everything that you do. Love it.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye now. All right, we're going to head down here. I mean, this is great. And it's funny, we're meeting so many women in construction while we're here, fire marshals, and it's great to see that people have scholarships and things that they can do as we move. So we're going to go over here to a company called Blitz. All right, look, I got a whole audience over here. This is great. Rama, right, and Alex, good to meet both of you. Rama, tell us a little bit about who you are and what Blitz is.
Yes, so...
let's move over here so we can kind of show the background a little bit.
So
hold that if you don't mind.
Yeah, not at all. Alex, please. We're a remote virtual inspection software company.
Yeah.
And what we do is we help...
Wait a minute. Remote virtual inspection. So you're not on location.
We're not on location.
You're using AI and digital to say, that's right or wrong.
Yes, and from without having to go into somebody's home, we can do it remotely. So imagine you installed a new water heater, and you need it inspected. An inspector now can remotely, without having to walk in, send a simple text message to your phone. The homeowner or the GC that installed the water heater clicks on it, and the back camera turns on, and the inspector can walk around the water heater virtually and inspect and pass or fail it. And make it so easy without having to roll out a truck or ask the homeowner to wait for a 4-hour time window 3 days from now.
All right, so we're looking at AI. Is the camera more powerful than the human eye when looking for issues or what's happening?
I mean, it could be. Really, it depends on how complicated the machine is. But it's I would say it's the best of both worlds because we're still not giving up the human, the expert. The expert doesn't have to come in.
Right.
You know, it's greener for the planet. They don't have to drive in, get stuck in traffic. So it's a bit of using video technology, AR and AI, with the expert and making things a lot more efficient.
Sure. Alex, tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do here.
Absolutely, Dave. Well, Alex Hamburger, Director of Strategic Accounts with Blitz, which gives me the great pleasure of dealing with our biggest and best customers on a daily basis.
So you're out there on the front lines, working with everybody, showing them what your software can do, and basically, saying, hey, this really does work, and we really can do it virtual, because I would imagine, just like the trades, building officials, it's hard to come by nowadays. People don't want to do it, right?
That's exactly right, and that's where technology like ours comes into play. It allows for the folks with years, and in some cases decades of experience, to even assist with folks who are just coming into the trades to understand exactly what it is that passes or fails an inspection.
Yeah, I love it. How's the show been for you guys so far?
It's our first show. We're enjoying it, and we think we'll be back. And because I think there's a lot of potential. In fact, with the retiring community, like Alex mentioned, people even want to work 2 days a week, stay in an island in Hawaii, and still do remote inspections. So I think there's a lot of potential to create awareness with technology and give back people their time instead of getting stuck in traffic. Right.
Now, is this able to be used in any state right now, or talk me through the process of how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. So Blitz is available in all 50 states. We are available in virtually every country around the world as well.
Yep.
We are based out of California, but our customers range from here to the East Coast to the EU, the UK, everywhere sort of in between.
Sure.
Asia Pacific region. It's a big job, but somebody's got to do it.
I'm going to look for the elevator pitch now. Tell me how AI is making that change and what we're doing.
Yeah, excellent question. So where we see the change with AI is very much augmenting the ability of the human. We don't see it replacing the human, at least not as it exists as of yet.
Sure.
And in the world of inspections, we understand that these are people jobs. This is a people business that can often use that little bit of an extra help of exactly what we're looking at.
Are you guys finding your product being used in manufacturing facilities for house building, home building, whether it's panels or modular?
Absolutely. Anywhere where there is a piece of equipment or facility or a situation or a process, and you want eyes on it, Blitz can be handy.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be on site. You can do it remotely.
Got it.
So you can look at equipment, manufacturing, even a safety process. So lots of things to look at remotely and still get the job done.
Sure. How do people get a hold of you?
We're at www.blitz with two Z's, BLITZZ.co.
Where's the name come from? Curious.
So Blitz, it was, of course, during World War II, it was like the Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
But there's also a second meaning with the single Z, which means getting things done fast and efficiently.
Right. Yeah.
And we're based on that second meaning. We get things done fast and efficient.
Got it. Rama, Alex, thank you so much for taking a few moments with us. Fist bumps here. Yep. I love it. Well, thanks for having us, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I was going to stop over here at PermaLink real quick. PermaLite, I'm sorry. I know Greg's waiting on us somewhere else. Hey, you guys have a second?
Yeah.
Good. Whoever wants to hold that.
Of course.
We got about 2 minutes here. Tell us a little bit about it, other than I just think it's a cool looking product.
Yeah, of course. So it's photoluminescent egress path markings. So it absorbs light and then exerts it when the power goes out. So God forbid an accident happens or an emergency happens. Richard, excuse me really quick. This will demonstrate what you would see in a pitch black room.
Right.
So if you need to come down the stairs, you'll see where each step is, the handrail. Say if the smoke is too high and you need to go on the floor, you'll see these wall markings leading to an exit.
So you see it mainly in commercial projects, multifamily buildings, things of that nature, fire escapes.
Exactly, yep. And the code is only becoming more rigorous, so more people need it and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you lose all the power in the world, or you have a situation like what happened in North Carolina and everything gets washed out, your product's still going to work because it works off the light that was there previously.
And it won't pollute the environment, too. So God forbid that did happen. It's not like a tritium exit sign where that would pollute and just be hard to deal with.
Where is PermaLite out of?
Torrance, so north of here, Torrance, California.
And can you get your product anywhere?
Anywhere. We'll ship it anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. I love it. How's the show been for you so far?
Oh, it's been great. It's been amazing, making a lot of connections.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a few moments on Dave Super Live.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'll put those. You know what I need is stop signs. Everybody's walking through the feed. We need your product there. Hey, thanks, guys.
Of course, enjoy.
All right, we're going to walk over here, and that's PermaLite. Check them out. I mean, these are really cool things. I got some fancy exit signs. We're going to pass the ICC booth, and we're going to go straight down. But you can see my tech's here, and we got the ICC here. You got my government online, which is pulling a lot of the data and everything that the building officials need or the city planners need. RevCord NGO. I mean, it's a packed facility. Watch out you don't run over the table vents as we're walking through here. All right. We're going to go straight through. We got NFSA here. We got Selectron here. And as you can see, there you go. We're going to walk around. Wow, they're busy. I want to go to CodeComply.ai and let's see. We're going to see if we can get somebody on camera with us. I'm going to walk over here to the side. So if I can come in here. All right, you have a moment for us.
I do.
Awesome. So, is it Saiban?
Siobhan.
Siobhan. See? Siobhan, hold that here.
Alrighty.
Look how many people are at this booth, so we don't want to disrupt business. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do here.
So we are a cloud-based AI system intended to support not only plans examiners, but also the architecture and engineering community by helping them get through plan review faster. We do that through a series of about 30 to 40 AI-driven tests on compliancy using the NFPA as well as the IBC codes. We're applying state codes where we can, and we're adding those all the time.
Tell us, how does this software serve me? Say I'm a city planner or developer. Walk me through the benefits of this.
Sure. So the idea is never to eliminate that role, but instead to support that role, right? So for our senior folks who spend a lot of time reviewing really complex projects, this takes some of that heavy lift of the life safety study out of their hands, because this way they can just rely on the results and focus only on the places where there are real deficiencies.
Sure.
For those junior staff who are still kind of coming online, learning the code, how to apply it in real time, this lets them do that, because at each of these tests we also will teach you about the code, how to apply it, how that real life example happens.
AI, how is the AI enabling all this to happen?
So the AI does that by reading these plans similar to how you and I would. It takes the context of the text, the objects in it, it studies where all those walls are, and then it begins to layer in polygons that help to inform all of those tests from there.
And it just keeps learning and learning and growing.
All the time.
I love it. I don't know if I even need to ask you how the show's been. Everybody had to step out of the way, so I'm not going to hold you up too much. But how's the show been for you guys?
A ball. I've had so much fun.
This is a big event, right?
This is great. The turnout was wonderful. Everybody's excited. It's fun.
So how do people find out more about your product?
You can email me at Siobhan@CodeComply.ai, or you can go to our website, schedule a demo. I'll razzle-dazzle you from your desk.
You're all virtual, right?
All virtual.
Using AI. Siobhan, thank you so much for allowing us to stop by. Sorry to interrupt everybody.
No worries.
We're gonna keep going.
Patrick too. You can't.
How are you doing, sir? Good. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hey, Patrick. I'm Dave Cooper.
Yeah, sure. How you doing, Dave?
So, Patrick, what's your role here?
I'm the president of CodeComply.ai, and again, our focus is to simplify the permitting process. As Siobhan probably explained to you, we're able to read the plans through an AI process called vectorization. It can measure all the rooms, identify rooms, doors, stairways, etc., and then apply the IBC and NFPA codes.
How long have you guys been at this now?
We're going on our 4th year.
Going on your 4th year, and is it growing rapidly?
It is. We have a number of municipalities and architects that are using CodeComply AI right now.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest benefit of the product?
It can identify non-compliant issues very quickly. And again, we focus on the needs of both the submitters, the architects, the engineers, as well as the plan reviewers.
Does it speed up their process and let them do more with less people?
Completely, yes.
That's what it's all about, right?
And there's a collaboration feature that allows them to work together as well.
Thank you so much. Sorry to disrupt the business going on here. We'll get out of here. Keep on selling. We'll catch up with you guys. Thank you. All right, we're going to go down this way here. Thank you very much, Siobhan. You were wonderful. All right. So we got the Gypson Association on the left, and as you can see, there's a sea of people. ACTA, Power and Customer Service is here. We got the reliable flue and gas venting companies that are also here. I mean, you have everybody. I mean, like I said, even Simpson and MyTech are displaying their wares as we're here. All right, so now we're going to get into the folks that do a lot of the third-party inspections and everything else we have. All right. Looks like you're it.
How are you?
Good. Here, hold that.
This.
Let's talk about who you guys are and what you do. How do you say it? Is it Bureau Veritas?
Bureau Veritas. Global international company.
And he means global. Like you guys are around the world,
yes.
big
Since
company.
1828, right? Our focus is building code compliance, our division. Our company is very diversified, but we're here today to talk building and safety. Building and safety for inspections, code compliance services that include fire and civil. So we're there to help support our clients, mainly jurisdictions, keep the community safe.
Okay. So with that said, so you guys have people in the field that are working with the local municipalities. They outsource some of their code compliance, or you just assist them?
We assist them.
You assist them?
Yep. They come to us for support, overflow capacity, when someone's out sick, when they're recruiting. So we're really there just to support the jurisdictions of those clients that we work with.
And tell me a little bit about your role in the company.
My role in the company, what's my role, huh? My role is here to make sure my team has the resources needed to support the jurisdictions. We do recruiting, staffing, ensure code compliance, making sure we do a quality service, and we have a QA/QC. So I kind of oversee that process.
Talk to me about the QA/QC. What do you mean by that?
What we mean by QA/QC is we employ professional engineers, ICC certified plans examiners, but every project we have goes through a final check to make sure our team didn't miss anything, to ensure our product is out in a compliance way. And meets
so you're doing third-party inspections,
we're doing third-party
factories,
inspections,
factories,
Amazon distribution centers, semiconductor facilities, the residential bathroom remodels, and everything in between.
Your team here, you're in California?
I'm based out of California. We support the West, but my colleagues are here from Miami, Florida, Texas, and the neighboring areas up the north. So we service everywhere.
So the clients that are reaching out to you on a regular basis is typically cities?
Generally jurisdictions, right? Okay. We do a lot of third-party for state agencies, universities, colleges, tribal clients. We do some third-party providers in some states. A homeowner can come or a developer comes directly to us, and we'll work directly with them. We are very collaborative, right? It's a team effort for success.
And you guys seeing a lot of growth in the industry right now?
Seeing a lot of growth in industry, absolutely. It's obviously ebbs and flows with the economy and interest rates, but yes, with the staffing shortage that's out there with the labor market in all industries, we're definitely feeling that demand pick up.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes.
Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, we found him sitting at our table last night.
I was a beer drinker.
Stealing our drinks. No, we saw the pictures you took with the camera. All right, we're going to head down this way. Hey, thanks everybody. He did good, right? Yeah. Usually everybody runs. So, yeah. All right, so we're gonna walk down here. We're gonna go around. We also have the tiny home community here. We're going to show you some of that product now. Gierden's here as well, and we're going to talk to the folks at Gierden. I had some panels with them here at the show, which has been great. But I will tell you where these tiny homes are going. It's a whole nother level on what we've seen before. So, and I got to warn you now, Nick can talk. All right, Nick, how you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Good. Nick, we sat on a panel yesterday. We had a lot of tough questions and, building officials, and we talked about what are the hiccups and what's happening in our industry, whether it's tiny homes, ADUs, modular. Walk us through a little bit about who you are, what the product is, and then let's talk about some of these regulatory issues we're struggling with.
Yeah, so my name is Nick Mosley. I'm the owner and operator of California Tiny House. I also have a national school program, and I'm involved in just about every type of organization that has anything to do with tiny houses, including writing standards. But yeah, and then we're standing behind, or right in front of one of our most popular units. This is a 32 by 10, so roughly 320 square feet.
All right, so this is actually on wheels. Is there any difference between this on wheels or off wheels? It's either a modular or tiny home or RV park model. Walk me through in the audience so they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, one of the big misconceptions about tiny houses is what you see on TV, they mostly all have wheels. And the reason for that is just transportation purposes. This house, you take the wheels off this, nothing changes whatsoever. It's just a different zoning regulation once you remove these pesky wheels, which are, of course, are blocked, so your audience probably can't even see them. But yeah, so it's really just comes down to zoning is the reason for the wheels, and then minor transportation stuff.
What's the biggest regulatory issues when we talk about planning and subdivisions? Right, zoning's an issue. I heard you say nobody's letting zoning under 400 square feet. So how do you do a subdivision of tiny homes? Because let's face it, people can't afford, the big 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 square foot homes anymore. It's not affordable.
Exactly. And not only is it not affordable, but in a lot of cases nowadays, it's just not even wanted.
Right.
Over the last 50 years, houses have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
However, the occupancy in those houses has gotten smaller. The average house is 2,000 square feet, which is double what it was 50 years ago. But the occupancy used to be 4, and now it's 1.25. So there's less people living in all of that space more than ever before, where this is essentially has all the same utilities, all the same size beds and couches and everything, just condensed into a smaller, more manageable, more energy efficient footprint.
Yeah, and we're going to show you guys, not on the live right now, but stay tuned for some more videos where we're going to showcase the inside. Oh, yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no retakes on this. So,
oh, good.
How's the show been for you? I mean, you're here, these aren't the people typically here buying.
Oh, no.
So this is the code officials.
Yeah.
How important for you and your business and really the community together to be here, and what are the questions you're getting from everybody?
Well, I was just talking to a couple people that it's such a different experience for me. It's similar in the fact that I have to answer the same question over and over and over again, but they're different questions. Now it's, more of how it's built, what codes, what regulations, hey, how come I can't put this in mine? Hey, are you guys working on some sort of standard for this? What's it built to?
Yep.
Versus price, what does it cost to put in my backyard? The typical things that a consumer would ask. So yeah, I'm not here to sell houses, but I'm here to sell the idea of houses, of tiny houses, to these chief building officials, to all of these people.
They don't really understand. That's part of it. Is it a misconception on what they think is a trailer, trailer home versus a tiny house, which in the code difference?
Yeah, and the word tiny house is that buzzword that either helps or hurts us.
Right.
Sometimes it's very helpful because they're aware of what it is, and sometimes it's the things they see on TV that they are built by a DIY in a backyard or something, and it doesn't do us any favors.
Awesome.
So getting a unit out there that all of these code officials can actually step foot in and feel and experience in real life is worth its weight in gold for us.
Nick?
Hey.
That's 2 or 3 times we got to sit together and talk, but I really do appreciate everything you're doing, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on down here.
Go on.
We're going to go to Noah over here, which is a remote inspection app. And all right, let's come in. Robin, how are you? I'm Dave Cooper here. Hold that if you don't mind, and I'll do a handshake with you if you don't mind.
Dave.
Tell us a little bit about Noah. Remote inspections, I'm starting to see a little more of this happening. Walk us through who you are first and then what this is all about.
Sure, absolutely. My name is Robin Butler, and I'm CEO. Came up with the idea, founder of this. And we're all about these tiny houses on wheels.
Okay.
Do you know why they're on wheels?
You're going to tell me?
Code enforcement.
Yeah.
When they first started, you would put in your parents' backyard a tiny house, and if code enforcement came by, you had to move, so it was easy to move with it on wheels. Well, now things have gotten a little bit better as time went on. Back in 2015, I built a tiny house, and it was the wild, wild west out there.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing was saying, we're going to have to create something to regulate.
And how's the show been for this so far, and you getting your voice heard and out there?
Kind of slow.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Sure.
But I'm not here to sell anything or anything like that. We do a remote inspection on we've got 150 manufacturers that we do remote inspections on, and we do it just like it was a site-built home, so that the jurisdictions that are trying to allow tiny houses in can take these reports, or actually it's a whole file that we do with video and photos and inspector notes, and they can look at it and say, this is inspected just like a site-built home. I think I can allow this into my jurisdiction.
Yep.
And so that was the changing point for us, was to take, instead of an RV product, to turn it into a dwelling, which they're mostly dwellings now, that a jurisdiction could allow into their space wherever they are.
Do you feel building inspectors feel a little threatened by this type of technology?
Yes, especially if you're, like, what happens is the county commissioners, because of a housing issue, they say, okay, we're going to allow park model RVs, ANSI 119.5, in my jurisdiction.
Yep.
Well, that's R5 insulation in the walls and the floor and R7 in the ceilings. You can do that. They don't, but you can.
Right.
And the building officials say, no, we can't have this stuff in here. Well, we have a housing crisis. You have to allow it in. So what we do is we go in and we amend the ANSI product, or we take an IRC product and amend that for tiny houses, and then we put our R13 in the walls and the floor, and R19 or R28 in the ceilings.
Depending on where it's going.
Where it's going.
Yep.
And we do everything just like it's built to IRC, except it's on wheels.
Right. Because on the East Coast, you're going to need R21 in the sidewalls, right? Got it.
Yeah.
So it just depends on where you're at. Where are you guys based out of?
We're out of Florida, but we have 150 manufacturers. We do remote inspections.
Yep.
So we've inspected in China, in Mexico. That unit right there was inspected in Mexico. Right. And Europe, we've done a lot of things. In Hawaii, there's a lot of people building tiny houses there. So, yeah, we're kind of all over the place.
Awesome. Is there anything that you'd like to share that we haven't discussed?
Well, only that we need to take whatever standards we're creating, whatever certification process we're creating, we need to take the smaller manufacturer. Right. This is built on the back of creativity and the small manufacturer.
Right.
And guys that build 20 or less a year need to be able to financially get into there. And so whatever standards and inspection process we have, I like 2 tracks, one for the big guy, the Clayton Homes, and one over here for the smaller manufacturer that uses a process like ours, which inspects every phase remotely to keep the costs down.
Robin, thank you so much for taking a few moments with us. And how do people get a hold of you?
Well, you can go to NOAAcertified.org.
NOAAcertified.org. Awesome. Thank you so much, Robin. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to walk over here. In fact, I'm going to stop here. No stranger to the show. We've had Ross on a few times. Ross, come on over here. Fist bump real quick. Good to see you. Hold that.
Okay, cool.
All right, talk to us about Azor, because you guys are building it completely different than anybody else here, to include who we're going to talk to over there, Garen, in a minute.
Yeah, so we have a slightly different approach. Exhibit A is probably the best way of explaining. So we 3D print our shell, so what forms our floor, roof, walls is a printed shell, and then we wire, plumb, spray foam insulate the printed shell, so we get like R30 on a continuous basis all the way around our printed shell. And we see it as obviously extremely efficient in terms of time, because it takes us just 24 hours to print the shell, and then for this unit about 9-10 days to complete the rest of the fabrication process after that. So
got it. So roughly 2 weeks and you're done. You're done on it. So this is actually printed laying down, and then you bring it up, right?
Yeah. So we print it on its side. It's about 500 layers for the unit behind me, and then once that 24-hour print's complete, we flip it, stand it up, and then we're working with our floor, roof, and 2 of the walls. So
this isn't concrete. This isn't like the normal 3D printed homes that we see out there. I mean, it has a beautiful finish. I mean, it looks almost exactly. There's. You don't have a clump here and there.
Right.
I mean, it's finished well. I don't know
clean.
what the words are for it.
Yeah.
Walk me through the process. How do you get the foam in there?
So I'll work backwards. So the print material itself isn't concrete. We utilize a lot of plastic waste in our print. So one of the stats we use is that in the unit behind me, over 100,000 plastic bottles go into the print material itself.
So you're using recycled material.
Exactly, yeah. We utilize that, and then we add some fiberglass and other additives to enhance its durability.
Right.
Once the print's complete, as I say, we wire it. We then shoot spray foam insulation into the voids, and also between the bays where we run our wiring and plumbing. So we get like 6 inches of insulation, which gives us that continuous insulation layer all the way through.
Right. Yeah. And how much of this is done manually versus with machines?
Right now, the full automation is on that first step where we print.
Yep.
Everything after that is more assembly and more manual. More traditional than that first initial step. But
how's your growth going? I've seen you guys in the Washington Mall a couple years in a row, so you're not going anywhere.
Right.
How's everything going? How's it being perceived? And then let's talk about is building codes accepting it.
Yeah, I mean we're growing well. We've got a second factory. We're going to be opening middle of next year.
Second factory.
Yeah, in Denver.
Yeah.
So we're working our way east.
Sure.
But it's been really well received. I think the designs people like, the fact that it's economical and sustainable is a big thing for a lot of the people that we talk to. Things are heading in a good direction. We in terms of certification, we're at ICC. We work with ICC, and we've done a lot of testing through them for our HCD approvals.
Yeah.
The unit behind me is a park model So that goes through ANSI for an ANSI certification.
Right.
So yeah, ANSI for park models, and then ACD for our modules and ADUs and homes. So
Vince, if you can get a close up on this, so we can talk about it and see it. So, how big are your models? Tell me the models you have. What are the sizes, and what can I get, and where can I get them?
So the model behind us is 180 square feet, which is just under 50,000 out the door. So comes finished, assembled, comes with the wheels, and can just be rolled out for $49,900.
Yeah.
And we go up in sizes of 180 from there. So we do 360, 540, 720, 900. So you can check out our website and see the different options available. We have a few different designs for the shell, and
Ross, now you guys have been on the show a few times, so if you go to our YouTube channel, you can watch some of the other interviews where we actually had a lot of their product up on display.
Right.
But always a pleasure, man. Thank
Great
you.
to see you. Thanks
How's
for
the show been meeting the building code officials? I know you're working with NTA, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
right?
we're working with NTA and ICCES, so yeah, no, it's great to be invited and great to be here, and yeah,
Were
great
you
to
expecting
see you.
this many people?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great turnout. I mean, the traffic's been non-stop, so for the last 2 days, so it's been great, yeah.
And how has the building officials been as far as coming through, and fire marshals?
Just lots of questions. It's great. I'll just pinging back answers to all the questions. People that walk up to it don't necessarily realise it's been 3D printed originally. So this cross section that I brought today is definitely painted 1,000 words for me. So yeah, no, it's been great.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you,
Ross. How can people get a hold of you?
Go to our website, azurprintedhomes.com. We're on Instagram and LinkedIn and all the rest of it. So yeah, check us out.
They got a good channel too, right?
Yeah.
You guys are always doing cool stuff. All right, we're going to head over here. We're going to talk to Garen. Now, Garen's doing a lot of multifamily, commercial projects. All right, who are we getting here today? Who wants to come on? You guys can both come on. I'll give this to you in the middle. And how about you guys tell us a little bit about who Garen is? And I have to tell you, the reason they don't have their display here is their building are about the size of this convention center. So that would explain a lot. Go ahead, fellas.
Our buildings are too big to bring here. So that's it. So we're a volumetric builder in Boise, Idaho. We've been in the volumetric iCode build process since early 2000s. 2003 is when I came on with Gurdon. My name is Mitch Hulvalt, and I was there to help develop their modular building program with our group. And so we have been in the process of doing this. We started with smaller projects in the beginning, but now we build Type 5 and Type 3 structures, the full height of what modular construction can do.
So for people that don't know Type 5, Type 3, what does that mean?
So Type 5 structures get us into non-fire rated assemblies, but when we go into Type 3, because they're taller structures, we end up with fire rated exterior walls on those. And it's a little bit more detailed and complicated because now there's continuity of the fire assemblies on the outsides of the building that we have to address, and it's not for the faint of heart to get through that. So, and we figured it out.
So being here at the show, what kind of questions are you getting? Because these are all the people that are inspecting it, from building officials to fire marshals, right? You name it. Jurisdictions that are not sure what modular is yet. How's it been, and what kind of questions are you getting?
It's been pretty decent. Not a lot of questions, but some that have seen us. We're kind of unique at this arrangement here, so they want to understand what we do, and some are kind of surprised that we're able to do the things that we were able to do in an off-site manufacturing facility there in Boise, Idaho, because many of them deal with single-family housing and smaller type of structures, but they're kind of shocked to see at times that we're able to build units that have 400 plus living units in them, or hotels or apartments, and so it's just amazing. They're just amazed about what they see from our factory.
Well, a lot of people don't realize it. They probably stayed in your hotels that you've built, right? For a lot of the customers.
Absolutely.
And I was at their facility not too long ago, and I'm telling you, if you blindfold me and put me in one of those hotel room buildings, it's completely done. Everything is exact, like they have their specification. You would have thought you were in a hotel when you woke up instead of walking out into a manufacturing facility.
Yeah, actually, when we work with the hospitality groups, we actually make sure that when you walk inside the door, everything is exactly as it is in their published standards. So where critical things happen are in the corridor, we want to have our connections in the corridor set up. So that's where we make little adjustments in the building structure, but when you walk inside the room, it's exactly what they publish.
Sure. Paul, come on, let's hear it. Tell us a little bit about your role here.
I'm the marketing director at Gurdon, so I've been here 10 years. So I try to make things look pretty and kind of tell the story of what we do. So a lot of people, the question that we've got asked a handful of times is, how do you turn shipping containers into this? Which we have to kind of roll it back a little and say, this is a wood frame construction. So we're starting with just pieces of wood and building it. So if you want to come around and look at this this graphic here, it's actually pretty helpful. So this is in our factory. This is station number 4. So you got the floor and the walls coming together. So that's when we're building the structure. And then this second one, this is also in the factory, and that is a hotel room, Courtyard by Marriott. That's ready to roll out the door.
That's what I was saying.
That's
You
what
think
Dave's
you're
saying.
in a Courtyard Marriott when you're in the factory. It's amazing.
Yep. So in this case, we even have the beds in, all the starting goods, like even the first set of soap, the first set of coffee. That's all in that room and ready to go.
It's all in that room right there.
Yep. And then it gets on site, and you've got the module going into place. So that module right there has 2 hotel rooms in it, and that's this actual one's in Hawthorne, California. So we passed it on our way here. So.
And not only are you building in the hospitality community, you guys were actually on the show unexpectedly, right? What was it? Up in Alaska.
Oh yeah, Deadliest Catch. Deadliest Catch. Yeah.
So you barged the whole building up there.
Yeah.
And if you ever watch Deadliest Catch, you know it's not in the nicest environment.
So yeah, the most recent season, first episode. It's just, if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't really see it, but it's in the background there. So it's up there in the elements, and we were grateful. We sent, I think it was 45 modules up there without any kind of incident. Had some huge swells, hitting them with water on 12 to 15 days. I don't remember on sea, and so just stacked up perfectly.
Yeah. And it got them shelter much faster in such a remote area that they could not have gotten on their own, building it locally.
There's not a Home Depot anywhere around there, so we had to make sure, double, triple check, any extra supplies they might need had to go in the module just so they were ready for it.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to walk over. We got one more stop. They were on the show this morning. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Mitch.
Sure do.
Awesome. Yeah, Gordon's been at it for a long time, and this is great because we're seeing the tried and true modular builders here, the tiny homes. Now this home sits on both sides, tiny home, modular, ADU. Jonathan was on our show this morning. So hey, Jonathan, come on out here.
See you again.
He's no stranger to the camera.
All right.
Yeah. So Jonathan was an actor at one point too, didn't you said?
I was, yeah.
Well, all right, Jonathan. So you were on the show this morning.
Yes,
we had a great conversation. How's this been for you? Let's just start there because this is crowded.
It's been great. It's been great. One of the core ideas behind Clever Tiny Homes is we build consistent product, consistent assembly. Yeah. We're nerds, so we're looking at how do we do things better and better here. And this is a show full of people who are code, testing nerds. And so I'm having great conversations with people, talking about we could do this assembly. Right. This is a better way to do it. This is going to bring better quality, lower cost. Right. So I love that stuff because that's what we're all about at Clever Tiny Homes.
Here's what I want to get in with you is you guys are fairly new to the market, but you have ramped up really fast.
Right.
Just in the last 6 to 9 months, you've shipped 100 plus units.
Correct.
Walk us through that process and why are you able to do that and what is allowing you to scale so quickly and efficiently because you guys don't use investors.
Correct. I think you can talk about strategy, but I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. Execution is the first thing. There's a Paul Graham who started Y Combinator, which is a big VC thing. He just published an essay about what he called founder mode, which is about just the founder of a company getting there and making things happen. I think that's it. We've been laser focused of not getting distracted, of building the best product possible as efficiently as possible. I've lived at the factory for the last 6 months.
He just pulled his head out of the sand. He said,
literally to just execute. Right. So that's number one, right? And being number two, customer focused, right? While we are selling a lot of these to individual one-off customers who are doing things, we really try to make sure they've got a great experience with that. We're delivering a good product at a great experience. Right. And then, then three, there is a strategy aspect of it. We don't do custom builds. We stick to set materials so we can really optimize that.
I think there's a lot of people that can learn with what you've done here, and you're going to see some more B-roll. If you watched the show earlier today, our 1 p.m. show, our live show, the high design, when I say finishes...
Do you want to come in with a camera?
Yeah, if there's not a lot of people,
there's not a lot. We can come in.
Yeah, come on in, Vince.
Come on in.
Vince is like, really?
Let's go in and show. We're giving a challenge for his camera crew here.
Let's come on in. We'll walk back
here. So this is our Clever One unit. You got a built-in deck. You got a main room here, living spoon, enough space for a full couch with fold-out bed. You got the kitchen where we did the show from this morning.
That's
movable island. So one of the key things with these smaller residential units is you think about flexibility of space. So you can push this island in, and you've got space for a party. You can pull it out, and you got space for family cooking, right? And then should we come on back? Is that right?
Go ahead. Walk them through.
And then as we come back, the other thing is like, how do you create an open space, right? So we have this hallway that goes flat, top to bottom, open. That makes it feel bigger, makes it feel much more open. So we do a split bathroom, so you can walk through here, keep this open, big tall things. You got your toilet here, vanity, big mirror, big medicine cabinet, full-size shower. That's the thing. Just because it's a small unit, this is just under 400 square feet, doesn't mean you sacrifice on livability. Right. You get a comfortable shower. You get a big vanity, a big mirror. You get all of these things. You come back. This is a queen-size bed in the bathroom. Tons of storage space here. All nice, soft close cabinetry.
And solid cabinetry.
I mean,
it's heavy stuff. It's really nice.
All right, I didn't mean to take up the whole show here.
No, take it up. But listen, I mean, even the finishes on the wall, you're not using traditional, mitered trim corners. You really went the extra mile. You got the F channels here.
Yep.
You got clean sheetrock returns, not only on the doors, but you have it on the windows as well.
Yep.
Not only do you have two mini splits, one in the front, one in the back, you have a proprietary unit that you got from Europe for an ERV system.
Correct. Yeah, ERV, I assume this audience knows what that is, but we really
energy recovery ventilator.
Yep.
And basically says we're building this house so tight and so energy efficient, we're going to bring in fresh air and circulate it so many times every minute so the house always stays fresh, clean, sustainably, and healthy for you, your family.
Exactly.
About right?
Yeah. Air freshness. A well-built house today should be well sealed.
Yeah.
Which means you should deal with how the air, keep good, healthy air. Yeah.
Well, I love it. Jonathan, if you guys want to learn more about what Jonathan's doing, you definitely want to go to our 1 o'clock show. If you want to understand how they are building their factories and building their own supply line with their two different companies, it's different than most are doing it out there, so watch that show. Jonathan, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you very much.
We're going to end right here with Jonathan. So, hey, everybody, listen, we're at the International Code Conference in Long Beach, California. And I will tell you, if you have not been to this conference before, you don't want to miss it next year. This has been overwhelmingly exciting for me, meeting so many people and getting to hang out with the people that make decisions in the field, which is super important for all of us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.